Yo, y'all know who I am. DJ Fizzy FAME First Class Krush Magazine. We back again with another one with Vernon Lewis, MA fighter, pro boxer. Hey, we just gonna call it all, you know. Y'all know how we do this. We about to get into this right now. Krush Magazine, y'all know how we gonna have fun. We gonna cut it, we gonna like it, we gonna enjoy it. So, Vernon, how it all began?
Yeah, man, it actually began when I was a little kid. I was a little knucklehead, liked to fight. The school I went to, it was a lot of fights, and that's pretty much how we communicated. I was the runt, believe it or not, of my family. I got beat up by all my cousins, but to get that respect, I had to fight. So coming up, you know, when I got older, got out of high school, you know, I decided, you know, I wanted to try some boxing and try some kickboxing, and I started fighting in a little gym in Waco, Texas called Iron Horse, and before you knew it, I was having my first fight 5 months later.
Man, I say, well, okay, growing up, which cousin was beating you up, man?
Max.
Oh, that shit, no,
Max
man.
Dunn.
Who else?
Reggie.
Reggie used to beat you up.
Reggie used to beat me. That's Terry.
Don't worry about Reggie. I used to beat him up. He used to come to my house.
Reggie would punch me in the gut and have me laid out and walk in the house.
I'm going to get you, Reggie.
And you don't do that now.
I mean, we're growing with our family. Most of our family members was in law enforcement and everything like that. And so you about, like, heading that same direction.
Yeah. Right now, I've been a police officer for about a year, almost a year, a couple of months. I'm loving it. Yeah, I just wanted to follow the footsteps of my uncles and, you know, do something productive as far as for the community. You know, it's a lot of times where we have certain things that happen in our community, and we march for it, you know, and that's good. But in my way of doing it, I want to try to become one of the good ones, I guess you could say, and try to make a difference inside the department itself.
Well, tell us about your first actual fight. And so when did you start boxing? What age?
I started Taekwondo when I was 11 years old, and I did that throughout my, you know, school years. My mom, I was fighting all the time, so she was like, let me, you know, put you in something that maybe that'll get your aggression out. And I loved it. I won a lot of tournaments. My mom would just take me out of town, and we would go to Mart, and we would go to the little bitty country cities, and, you know, we would go to different places, and I would, you know, every tournament I went to, I won first place. At one point, we had a little room where all my first place trophies were just kind of stacked up. So, yeah, man, my first fight, as far as competitively, it was 5 months after I started going to the gym in Waco, and you know, it was wild because it wasn't sanctioned. So it was kind of like underground. We were all in this room together, a whole bunch of people, a lot of fires I could tell. You could feel the nervous energy, and the guy was like, came up to me and was like, hey, you're fighting that guy over there in the corner, you know? So, and I'm like looking at him, he looking at me, he must have already told him, you know, I was fighting him. So I'm just trying to put my game face on, looking at him, staring at him, and not thinking that we about to fight in like 2 hours. But I know we're gonna do that, but it still hadn't hit me yet. So, you know, we warm up in the back, you know, we hit mitts and things. We're walking down to the ring. They call my name and everything like that. I get in the ring, and we touch gloves. As soon as we touch gloves, I'm like, man, we about to be in a fight. You know, I heard a crowd yelling and everything. I was like, man, he about to try to hurt me. So I have to hurt him first, you know. So I ended up winning that fight, second round TKO. And after that, it was just that, you know, I went undefeated as an amateur.
Like, I remember I was like, I think it was on Facebook a couple years ago, and I'm just scrolling down. I'm looking like Vernon Lewis. I said, I know this guy. So actually, I think I went on Reggie Lewis. I saw one of my other cousins. I said, man, who is Vernon Lewis? And I'm looking like boxing. I said, oh, I remember that kid. I said, this is the kid used to come over to the crib and boxing. I remember I took you to a party. It was like I was in the 8th grade.
Right.
And I guess I took you with me. You was on my house. I said, you can go with me. We at YMCA off of Franklin. And you over there trying to fight everybody. I said, man, this little kid. I said, well, was this bad kid, right?
Bad.
But being in the box, I mean, MA fighting, man.
Right.
Man, how is it when you're in the ring? What's going through your head when you like, we in that ring? I know it's fearful.
Yeah, man. Like, and that's why you do the amateurs first to get that fear out, because it's one thing to fight out of aggression, but this dude didn't do anything to me. I have to fight this guy and try to hurt him in front of all these people that's yelling. Now, I would always, a couple of my first fights was like in Louisiana, Arkansas. I heard the N word. I heard, it's fighting in the crowd. They throwing stuff. And it's like really aggressive towards you, because I'm coming from Texas, going to their home state, and fighting their home guy. So I got used to that. I got used to, dealing with that pressure, and I actually started to like it, because I like to beat their hometown guy, and then afterwards kind of smile about it. But as far as the thoughts that you have in the ring, man, there's plenty of thoughts, man. And that's the thing. The difference between a real fight and this fight, this type of fighting, is you have a referee and you can get out anytime you want. All you gotta do is tap and he'll stop it. But in a real fight, you're talking about out in the streets, man. It's to death sometimes, So that's one thing. Is that you do know that there's somebody that's gonna stop this fight if it goes too far. So that's on the back of your mind, but that's also is one thing that can hurt you, because you could tap out just to get out the fight. But that's where will and having a heart in there, and just trying to that's one of the things that I am very I'm gifted at breaking people in the ring, so they might get me in the second round or first round in the second round, but in the third round I come back stronger, and I usually break them, and I can break their spirit. So
I mean, like, I never been into like the MMA, the UFC fight until I started. Most of my coworkers had me watching and everything. I mean, like, what do you think about the McGregor? I want you. What do you think about him?
Oh man, Conor McGregor, he's a clown. I mean, now, he's not a clown as far as I'm not disrespecting him. I like what he does. He's actually building a brand for himself, for his kids, for his legacy. We need people like that. Everybody can't be silent and just go in there and be very respectful. Everybody has different personalities. Man, when I was a little kid, I watched WWF, WWE. That was entertainment. They weren't really fighting. It was fake. I'm sorry, people at home, if you thought it was real. I'm telling you right now, it was fake. But it gave you entertainment. People tune in every Monday night to watch WWE because of that entertainment. I think MMA needs the same thing. We need people. We need characters. We need different people coming from different backgrounds. So McGregor, he's his own brand. He's branding his own self, and he's making money every fight, so I can't really hate on that.
I mean, by him coming in, what do you think about him just trying to be a UFC fighter, then he tried to go into boxing? You think that was just for money, or he just wanted to get in?
If it wasn't for money, then he wouldn't be doing it, So I think that, he made a lot, as most he's ever made, in his life, with fighting Mayweather. So, he set himself up, man. I think if any MMA fighter looks at that, and it's not saying you have to duplicate what he does. He just did what he is. He just was himself, and he made money. And that's the thing. Just be yourself. Don't try to be anything outside of who you are. I think that everybody can bring something to the table, and diversity is great. So be yourself, and that's what I am. I just try to be myself. I don't try to. I shake my opponent's hand. I don't try to stir him down or nothing. I'm a Christian, and I pray that we get out, of the fight without injuries. But that's how I think about the situation.
All right, fellow. Hey, we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna go on some clips of Vernon. Hey, we'll be right back. Krush Magazine. Yo, we back again. Vernon Lewis. I'm gonna call him Big Hurt E. I like that Big Hurt. Yeah, I like that. He gonna hurt you. Swing on you. I can't call him Lil. I can't call him Lil Cuz. I gotta call him Big Lil Cuz. Hey, but let's get back into the wrestling. Like I love wrestling. I was growing up. I haven't watched it lately, but growing up, we was watching wrestling.
Right.
WWF, man, we watching the Binarians, we watching Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant.
Right.
We watching all of those guys. I mean, growing up, just watching, man. I mean, on Saturdays, that was our thing, watching wrestling. And what on Sundays after church, we trying to wrestle in the front yard, trying to do everything we seen Saturday night.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, me too, man. Every I had a friend. His parents would get the pay-per-view, you know. So I would go over there and we would watch the pay-per-view matches. You know, I remember The Rock, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind, Undertaker. You know, so I was a big fan. I understood that there was roles that they played, and you know, it had to be a bad guy, and it had to be a good guy, and that all kind of like pulled on the hearts of the audience. So I just enjoyed the entertainment of it, you know.
But let's get back into like family. You know, your mom, your wife, your kids, your sister. I mean, like I know they're very supportive
Yeah,
of you.
very supportive, man.
I know. Ain't Lois, that's your grand. I know she came to one of your matches one time. I seen. I mean, like looking back at our family is mostly ministers. We have athletes in our family. We have lawyers, police officers. We have entertainment too. But now you got media. Now we have coaches in our family, teachers in our family. I mean, like we doing everything.
Yeah.
But like, how's the support with the family?
Man, I couldn't do it without my family. You know, my wife Erica, she is my rock. You know, as far as if I before I even ask her, before I even tell my coach I can take a fight, I call my wife and I say, hey, what do you think about this? Because if she's not okay with it, I can't be okay with it because it's so much put into it. You know, you're talking about training, 12 to 15 hours a week, plus having 40-hour plus job, plus dealing with 4 kids, traveling from here, from Fort Worth to Waco. I'm pretty much sleep when I'm at home, and that's the thing. She has to be okay with that. So it's all about working balance, but she hasn't pulled me back. She's always pushed me to do what she believes God has for my life. So man, if it wasn't for that support, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I couldn't go out and reach for what I want and what I feel God's put in me. So yeah, the support that my wife gives me is everything.
Well, hey, let's go back into Ron Martinez.
Oh yeah.
That was your first loss?
That was my first, loss as a player.
Man, I mean, how was it? I mean, from the beginning to the end in the locker room, going home to your family, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It was my first pro fight. I went into it not thinking, it was in Colorado. It was high altitude. Trained for it. We went to actually the matchmaker owner. He had me stay at his house for a week to try to acclimate to the high altitude. But I still felt it in the fight. It's a crazy story about it. I won't go into it. But as far as the fight itself, it was fun. It was a really fun fight. Ryan Martinez is a tough guy. We really put on the show that night. So,
I mean, I heard about Colorado when you're up there. Even like when you play the Denver Broncos, the altitude is so high. That's why they
mile high.
Yeah, that's why they win a lot of home games because of the altitude out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, man, getting your first loss, man. I mean, like, I know it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was, man. It was one of those things that you just gotta have to get back up, man. Actually, my last fight I lost. I fought for Bellator, and this last November, and it was a good fight. I mean, we would really go back and forth. I dropped the guy, and he came back, and we were going at it, and I thought I had him, and I didn't, and I got slipped. So, it's one of those things, man. I remember talking to my dad, and he came to my fight when I was in amateurs one time. He was like, "You beat that kid up." He's like, "Yeah." He said, I just want to let you know that someday somebody gonna beat you up, just like you beat that kid up. So, and I was like, I know that, I know, but I think he was trying to put something into it. It's like you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You can't just get in there thinking that you're gonna beat everybody. Of course you go try, but you have to get back up, and it's not you know, a loss is not the loss of everything. You know, it's not the end. You know, you just have to get back on that horse. You know, that the Bible says, "A man falls 7 times and gets back up." So, you know, that's one of those things that, you know, I feel like it is what it is. You lose some, you win some. I ain't gonna say the whole quote.
Yeah, but we all know that you're not gonna you're not gonna win every fight.
Right,
you know,
right.
I mean, like coming in being a police officer and being a fighter, man. How does that conflict with your jobs and your daily living? I mean, like how it is being a police officer and you're a fighter at the same time.
It's very helpful. You know, as far as situations go, I know I can control the situation for the most part. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt under Helson Gracie. I'm a team takedown fighter, and I've learned my wrestling through team takedown through Jared Roshaw and Josh Lanier. Professional boxer, you know, superior striking coach, George Chavez, man, he's got my hands straight. You know, as far as my jiu-jitsu, you know, you know, as far as Jaeger, Mindy, Lance Jaeger and Mindy Jaeger down at Select Jiu-Jitsu in Waco, man, they really helped me in making sure my technique is right. You know, as far as bringing that and translating that in the streets, you know, that saves lives. That helps me not just save myself or other people, but the people that I'm dealing with, the criminals that you know, whether they're going to cause pain or hurt my life or hurt someone else's life. You know, my job is to make sure everybody goes home, or everybody at least, you know, has a life after that situation is done. So I think it really helps as far as, you know, going into the streets and dealing with the public, because I think I carry myself in a way where I know I put it out that I can take care of myself, and I think that's translated to people. And I've had plenty of situations that happen that I can kind of be thankful that I went to that class. You know,
because it's very dangerous, and I always say, it doesn't matter what job you have, it's dangerous.
Right.
It's just dangerous. Like when you leave at home in the morning, afternoon, you on the streets. It's a whole thing when you go to work and everything. I know how you feel when you out there. I mean, I know you live it's a dangerous life. It's a dangerous life in the ring. I mean, let's go back. I read that you like number 2, number 5, and number 10 in the state of Texas.
Yeah, well, I'm number, I think 51 or something in Texas. Can't remember. I gotta look back at it. Well, not in Texas, but in the United States. And then I'm number 2 in Texas, ranked number 2, the second heavyweight in Texas. And I plan on in 2019 to make that number 1. You know, just get a couple more wins and, you know, put my name on the map. So, you know. Man, I'm looking to turn some heads, you know. So, man, it's a blessing, man, because actually, you know, this last March, November 2018, March 2018, I had actually came out of retirement. I stopped fighting for like 4 years, and you know, had a couple of kids and things like that, got a little fat, you know, sitting around not really doing anything. I was working, but I wasn't really doing anything. But my wife, you know, she came to me and she said, you know, you look upset, you look depressed, you need to go to the gym. And I made my comeback last year and went on a trail, was a trailblazer, and started winning again.
Man, hey, we about to be right back. More with Vernon Lewis. We're gonna cut it short. Y'all know how we do. First Class Krush magazine. That's how we do it, baby. DJ Piece of Fame.
It seemed like he just became lackadaisical. Here we go. Second round.
Hands down for Big E. Needs to keep those hands up. Oh, big head kick lands for Big E. He comes in, but Hubbard is not faced. Big E throws a big knee against the cage. Hubbard grapples his way in.
Been called. The doctors, for some reason, some medical reason, whether he can see or not, like you were saying, Chaz, I don't know the exact reasoning right here, but it is a halt. And I think we're going to have a decision in the favor of Big E.
Yo, we back again. Big Hurt, Big E Lewis. Hey, we ain't gonna hold you long. We're gonna get on right away. But hey, let's talk about let's talk about this fight. You went 3 rounds. Was it round 3, 51 seconds? With Jeremy Hardy.
Yeah, Jeremy Hardy was, it was a good fight. It was for LFA. Jeremy Hardy was a tough guy, good guy at heart. As far as he's been around for a long time, very durable. We went the first round. He took me down, and he just kept taking me down. I kept getting up, taking me down. Went the full 5 minutes, and he pretty much was on top the whole time. Second round, he went for that same takedown, and I stopped it. And then I started lighting him up a little bit and just kind of weakening him. Like what I said, as far as, it's like breaking hearts, breaking spirits, and started working on it. And then that third round, I was like, all right, this is when I finish it. And I went in, threw a big liver kick, and finished it out with knees and punches until he fell, or until he stopped, until the referee got in front of me and stopped. And it was a really good win, because a lot of people come to that fight, and so I was able to, show out in front of the crowd afterwards. And the best thing about that fight was my son Isaiah. He's 16 years old. He was in the audience, and he was like, "Yeah!" And I was just, and we both kind of made eye contact, and that was like the best part right there. So, shout out to Isaiah. Yeah, that was a good fight, and that actually put me at top ranking after that fight. So.
I mean, like, this how it is. Let's go back into like Rocky. I mean, like, how they go to the ring. No, when they go back to the next round, you're in the corner. They talking to you. They hyping you up. So I mean, what's going in the ring?
Corner?
Yeah, what's going on in the corner?
So I have a different type of coach. So I ain't got the hype coach. I got the cuss me out. Josh Lanier, shout out to Josh Lanier. He's taken me on for the last 2 years, and he's helped me become a better fighter. He just tell me like it is. I think one time he slapped me in the ring. It was one fight, he slapped me, and I looked at him, and I was like, did he just slap? And I was like, I went out, and I was still thinking about that slap. But then I ended up winning the fight, so I guess it worked. But he's he'll get in your face. He'll get but he's very calm. As far as giving out advice. Telling me what to do, what he sees. He's not looking at me. He's looking at my opponent, and he's just kind of. It's like I'm pretty much. It's a video game, and he has a controller, and I practice hearing his voice in there. So man, some fights that he's gotten me out of, that I was able to come back and win just by his voice. So.
Well, you only have like 4 losses. Is that right. Good, bad, or just in between?
It's I'm 6-4, so it depends on how you look at it, man. If you also look at my record, I'm not fighting chumps. So some people, they pad their record. And that's just part of the game, they're 10-1. If you're 10-1, 15-0 as a heavyweight, let's look at your record, So you look at my record, the ratio of wins to losses are very high on my opponent. So, last guy I fought, he was 5-0, So, I'm not fighting, just cans. I'm actually fighting guys that are contending for the UFC. They're contending in Bellator, top fighters, and that's how I like it. I like to test myself in there. So.
Wait, let's get back. What's the difference between the UFC, the MMA to boxing? I mean, like, did you ever box? I
did a couple of boxing fights. I think in 2010 I did like three boxing fights, and just to get my hands right and just focus nothing but on my hands. But it was very, I guess I like to do everything. So I couldn't kick, I couldn't take nobody down, I couldn't submit nobody. I loved it as far as it got my hands where it needed to go. But as far as we got boxing. Of course, boxing. All you do is your hands. It's called the sweet science. Then you have MMA. MMA, it's the difference. You got boxing, you got kickboxing, you got Muay Thai, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, judo, and you have to know all this. You know, you have to be able to defend against these things. So it kind of one of those things that's like a kid in a candy store. You know, one day I can be, you know, in my gi learning a new technique in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The next day I could be, you know, working on my Muay Thai kicks, my roundhouses, you know, on my knees. Next day, you know, I could be working on wrestling against the cage or, you know, going for singles or whatever. So it's always something to learn. You know, it's always something to get better at, and it's one of those things you have to find that perfect balance for you in how you fight.
I mean, like when you're in the ring, I know it's a lot of noise. It's almost like almost like a high school football game or a college football game. You hear all the noise. Everything is in there. I mean, like what's going through your head? Like you in there, but you hear your family,
Right.
you hear your friends, you hear everybody cheering you on.
Right.
But it's just like
I don't necessarily hear the crowd until after the fight. I'm so focused on what I gotta do and my objectives as far as going into that ring. That's my job. I'm really tuning out everything. You know, it's kind of like I'm in tunnel vision, not to the point where it's like I don't see anything. It's everything that I see everything I need to see. So, and I hear everything I need to hear. And that took years of experience. You know, I couldn't do that in my amateur career. You know, it eventually came in, you know, early in my pro career, and I just kind of, you know, built on it. And so it's a different type of focus, and it's kind of hard to explain.
so, like you know, like most boxers, fighters, and stuff. They listen to certain type of music when they work out. So, what type of music you like listen to when you work out? I mean, like you have your hype music you like listen to.
And I like Lecrae, you know. I like The Truth. There's a lot of Christian rap. You know, I listen to all types of music. I'm really just getting my, you know, as long as it's hype, as long as it's something that can get me to go, you know, as far, especially if I gotta go run. I hate running. Put it in my headphones and just run and you know, hitting the bag or whatever. We always got some music in the gym going. So everybody likes different type of music, and I'm not mad at that. So I just try to just groove whatever is what's on, and so yeah, just whatever's gonna get me going, you know.
So, when's your next fight? Are you thinking about fighting again?
Of course, yeah. I'm not done yet. I'm not sure yet. We're talking some promotions, and I'm gonna keep it secret for now. But I'm gonna probably be making an announcement soon. So hopefully it'll be good news. So,
Yeah. Let us know.
yes, sir.
Let us know.
Yes, sir.
We'll be in the mix. Take pictures. I would like to be in the back.
I would love you to come to a fight.
Man, I know. I be like, fam, tomorrow, man, I gotta work. I gotta do this. But yeah, you let me know.
Yes,
We
sir.
coming.
Yes, sir.
We packing
Yes, sir.
bags.
Most
We
definitely.
packing bags.
Most
I'm gonna be right there. Big fur coat. Big.
Oh no.
God, look.
CeeLo.
What is it, Don King? Looking like Don King over there.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But so what you got? What you got for your fans? I mean, so what you got to like little kids that want to grow up and do all this?
Want to fight?
Want to fight?
Man, just start at your local Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, boxing. You know, just have fun at it. You know, you don't have to worry about trying to go fight, but you know, learn how to learn respect, learn how to respect yourself, learn how to make sure you're in shape. You know, and you know, do that. Just start out there, have fun with it. You know, I think it'll take you wherever you're supposed to take you.
Hey, tell everybody how they can reach you. Like they can follow you on Instagram, Facebook, and
Yeah, man. Follow me on Instagram, Vernon Biggie Lewis. Facebook, Vernon Biggie Lewis, Vernon Lewis. Twitter, Vernon Biggie Lewis. You know, yeah, just hit me up, and you know, try to add you as a friend.
hey, y'all go follow them. Do what y'all do. Y'all know what we do. Krush TV Magazine. It's your boy DJ Fizzy Fame. How we keep it in the mix. Hey, y'all be sure to watch my show next weekend. Be coming up too. Sitting around the basement, all meal talk show. Hey, we'll have to put you on there one weekend too. Get you on the all meal talk show. But it's coming down. Hey, y'all just follow him and keep us doing this right. It's right. This how we do. We signing up. Holla.